Hello, everybody. Hello, Auntie M. Hello, Epiphonium. Hello, Manuel. Yes, this early. I don't pick them. I actually have an appointment today, so I wasn't going to come on at all. And then I was getting ready, and I had my 3 dockets going, and all of a sudden I hear something that sounded quite familiar and had to get on. You know how it goes. Hello, Great Granny. So good to see you. Thank you for being here, everybody. All right. Ava loves early streams because that means early treats. She just woke up too. Hello, Eileen and Carlin. Hello, Ava's biggest fan. Hello, C-Rex. Hello, Terry Barnes, honey. You ready for another one? You're the judge. Yeah, her fur is still a little wet. She had to go potty, and it's raining outside. So she's just a little bit wee wet. I'm so happy you're here, Epiphonium, honey. Thank you so much for joining. I just love when you give your opinion. Ava, you're getting a shout out. Oh, you dropped a cookie on my shirt. Here, should we do a cookie and a quarter at a time? Do a stacker. It's like the doggy Oreo. All right, without further ado, we're going to jump right into it because no guarantees that it's going to stay up since it is live.
We will go ahead and start our informal first appearances. Whomever you have, Deputy Cuba.
Yes, Your Honor. That's going to be Shauna Nickel, Your Honor.
Okay.
Ms. Nickel.
We'll note the state appears by Assistant County Attorney Mr. Gayoso for these informal first appearances. Good morning. You are Shauna Nickel. You are Miss Nickel.
I'm sorry, no, I'm not.
You're Shauna Nickel?
No,
Oh, what's your first name?
I'm the living, breathing entity, the actual person that stands before you.
All right. So
I'm not the straw man on any paper, any all caps person by any means.
Oh no, see what it, ooh, dag nabbit. That's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. We've been through this before. And I was getting it. So I'll be able to let's put on a body cam or two. And then I will really quickly, while the body cams are running, I will quickly make that into a file because it's not going to be, let me see here. Give me just 1 second. I don't think it would have downloaded in the appropriate file type. Dag nabbit. Oh, it did. Oh, bless you. Hallelujah. Hey, must you? All right.
I am, Judge. Sorry, I didn't see you had turned on your video on.
you're fine. We will go ahead and start our informal first appearances. Whomever you have, Deputy Cuba.
Yes, Your Honor. That's going to be Shauna Nickel, Your Honor.
Okay,
Ms. Nickel.
we'll note the state appears by Assistant County Attorney Mr. Gayoso for these informal first appearances. Good morning, you are Shauna Nickel. You are Miss
No.
Nickel?
I'm sorry, no, I'm not.
You're Shauna Nickel?
No,
Oh, what's your first name?
I'm the living, breathing entity, the actual person that stands before you.
I love how the guard was getting ready to open the door and let her back out. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry about the mistake. Let me get the right person." It is.
All right, so
I'm not the straw man on any paper, all caps person by any means.
you don't have a name, a legal
Brought
name?
in under certain charges, yes, under that, but under what would be the word, under distress. Literally bringing me in here against my will. I mean, I didn't break any laws.
And you
at
were
all.
brought in under the name Shauna Nickel?
No, I should not have been. No, I was not. No, they decided what my name was before they ever ripped me out of the vehicle. They called me a name before I was ever able to give them a name. But I am the breathing, living entity before you here. I'm not that person on that piece of paper.
Okay, and does this living, breathing entity before me have a name?
My mother calls me daughter. My father calls me daughter. My children call me mother.
What is your legal name that you were given at birth?
That's straw man. I'm sorry, I can't answer that question. I'm just not answering any more questions. I haven't had the chance for a phone call, attorney, nothing. So I'm not going to answer. I can't answer any more questions.
All right, Deputy, based on your information, is that Shauna D. Nickel?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Miss Nickel, you are appearing before me, having been arrested on a couple matters. One is MGI 24 CR 193. That was an arrest warrant. That was issued as a result of the state filing complaint information wherein you are charged with the following 5 counts. Count 1 is identity theft. It alleges on or about March 13, 2024 in Montgomery County, Kansas, that you unlawfully and feloniously used any personal identifying information or document containing the same belonging to or issued to another person, to wit, Sherry D. Dodge, with the intent to defraud that person or anyone else, to wit, Deputy Steve Gass, in order to receive any benefit. Identity theft as charged here is a level 8 non-person felony. It carries a sentencing range of 7 to 23 months in prison.
So it's not okay to use her birth name, but she's okay using someone else's.
A fine up to $100,000 and 12 months post-release supervision. Counts 2, 3, 4, and 5 are also alleged to have occurred on or about March 13, 2024 in Montgomery County, Kansas. Count 2 is interference with law enforcement. It alleges that you unlawfully and knowingly obstructed, resisted, or opposed a person authorized by law to serve process, to wit, Steve Gass, in the discharge of any official duty. To wit, provided false information regarding the name and date of birth. That's a Class A non-person misdemeanor, carries a penalty of up to 1 year in the county jail and/or fine up to $2,500. And count 3, you are charged with driving while suspended, second offense. It is alleged that you unlawfully operated a motor vehicle on a highway of this state at a time when your privilege to do so was canceled, suspended, or revoked, and that you had previously been convicted of a violation of this section or any ordinance of any city, resolution of any county, or a law of another state that prohibits the acts prohibited by those statutes. Driving while suspended, second offense, is carries a penalty of 5 days to a maximum of 12 months in jail, a minimum fine of $100 up to $2,500. In count 4, you are charged with no proof of insurance. It is alleged that you unlawfully operated a motor vehicle upon a highway or upon property open to use by the public and failed to display upon demand evidence of financial security to a law enforcement officer, having been lawfully requested to do so in accordance with provisions of the Automobile Injury Reparations Act. That's a Class B non-person misdemeanor, carries a penalty of up to 6 months in the county jail and/or a minimum fine of $300 up to $1,000. And in count 5, you're charged with illegal registration. It is alleged that you unlawfully displayed or caused permitted to be displayed or had in your possession any registration receipt, certificate of title, registration license plate, registration decal, accessible parking placard, or accessible parking identification card, knowing this same to be fictitious or to have been canceled, revoked, suspended, or altered. That is an unclassified misdemeanor, carries a penalty of a fine not exceeding $2,500 or imprisonment in the county jail for not less than 30 days, nor more than 6 months, or both such fine and imprisonment. So those are your charges and possible penalties in MGI 24 CR 193, for which you were arrested on that warrant. You were also arrested on probable cause, that being out by the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, their case number 25-1459, and that was for the offenses of possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, interference with law enforcement, and transporting an open container. That occurring allegedly on or about December 16 of 2025 in Montgomery County, Kansas. I have found probable cause to support your arrest for that offense. Mr. Gaoso, I have a pre-sentence investigation report for Ms. Nickel from a 2014 case, 14 CR 153. At that time, she had a, let's see, criminal history score of H and had a number of traffic infractions, domestic battery, marijuana, disorderly conduct, some DUIs, things of that nature. Do you have any more recent criminal history for Ms. Nickel?
I do not, Your Honor.
And the arrest warrant that was issued for 24 CR 193, I included a cash surety bond of $5,000. I didn't require supervision for that, but in light of Ms. Nichols' remarks here this morning, I'm more concerned with her risk of flight. And so I'm inclined to modify the bond and to address the bond to cover this new case as well. So what is the state's bond recommendation?
Your Honor, we would request a $7,500 cash or professional surety bond for both cases, and we would also request bond supervision.
Don't worry, Your Honor. For her method of flight, she's only going to travel.
All right, so Ms. Nickel, your bond to cover both matters is going to be $7,500, cash or professional surety with supervision. What that means is free to get out of jail. You either need to post $7,500 to the clerk of the court, or you can go through a bondsman. If you go through a bondsman, you pay them no less than 10% of that amount. That'd be $750. Could be more, but would not be less. The supervision component means if you do make that bond, you need to immediately report to court services upon your release from jail. They're located next door in the old Montgomery County Courthouse, the building immediately to the west of this one. Your failure to report to them upon your release from jail and anytime after they direct would be a violation of your bond. It could result in being revoked and you find yourself back in custody. Any questions about that, Ms. Nickel?
No.
Do you intend on hiring your own attorney? Do you want the court to consider appointing you one?
I'm not sure.
Well, the deputy's going to give you an application and affidavit. So in the event you decide you want the court to consider appointing you one, fill that paperwork out and return it. And if you qualify financially, I'll be more than happy to appoint you an attorney. But should you choose to hire your own, or if you don't qualify financially, then you'll have to do that as well. I would note you're to have no contact of any kind, direct or indirect, with Sherry Dodge, who is alleged non-law enforcement victim in 24 CR 193. And you're to have no contact of any kind, direct or indirect, with William Schuyler, to whom you were arrested with in the unfiled Montgomery County Sheriff's Office case. If you're to have contact with either of those individuals, directly or indirectly, in any way, shape, or form, that would be a violation of your bond, and it could result in being revoked, and you find yourself back in jail. Any questions about that?
No.
All right. Your next court date, and I showed this, Mr. Gao, so the 24 CR 193 is a north half case. This unfiled case is a south half case. So when would you like these put on the docket, on north or south half?
Your Honor, if you don't mind, just because I believe that you are the assigned judge for the 24 CR 193 case.
I am correct.
I don't have an issue in just both cases being assigned to the South Half case, if that is okay with the court.
All right.
He does not have a big forehead. He just has a very unfortunate receding hairline. I do love this judge.
So the next court date in just so there's no confusion for you, Miss Nickel. Let's see. There's no court next Thursday. Mr. Gasso, do you think the charges can be on file by the 23rd in this new case?
I believe that is appropriate, Your Honor. I know that a complaint has already been prepared, and in speaking with our office, we hope to have it on file this afternoon or tomorrow. So,
all right. So, Miss Nickel, I'm going to set both your cases for hearing on Tuesday, December 23rd at 9 o'clock by Zoom. If you have bonded out and you're not in jail on that date, you either need to make yourself available by Zoom by getting signed on your own with your own device and your own internet connection. Or if you don't want to do that or can't do that, you need to come back here to the Judicial Center, check in at the clerk's window by 9 a.m. on Tuesday, December 23rd. And when your case is called, they'll get you set up on a laptop to participate in that hearing. On that date, you'll find out what you've been formally charged with in this unfiled case. Thereafter, both your cases will be set on my next docket, January 15th at 9 o'clock. And that will be the instructions that will be given to the judge on that day. So for now, you just need to make yourself available to be in court Tuesday, December 23rd at 9 o'clock. If you're still in jail on that day, you'll appear by Zoom from the jail like you did today. Again, if you do bond out, be sure to, 1, check in with court services upon your release, and then make yourself available by Zoom on the 23rd, or come here and use our laptop on the 23rd. Any questions about any of that, Ms. Nickel?
I don't think so.
All right, thank you for your time. You're free to go today.
No. Shiloh Roberts. Shiloh Roberts.
Good morning, you're Shiloh Roberts.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Roberts, you appear in custody by Zoom, having been arrested on probable cause by the Coppeville Police Department, their case number 25-1665, for the offenses of possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. Do you understand why you're in custody today?
Yes,
When you're not in jail, do you still live on West Laurel Street in Independence?
I was gonna say, I used to, anymore, no.
Okay, where do you reside currently?
Currently it's, let's see, we live in an RV, so we travel to different sections.
Okay, where is your RV currently located?
Montgomery State Lake.
Okay. And you said we, do you live with somebody in that RV?
Down by the bay where the watermelon grows, back to my home, I dare not go.
Harvey Scripture, yes.
All right. Are you employed?
No, I'm not.
Any source of income?
No, not for me.
Do you have any criminal history, any prior convictions on your record?
No, sir.
I show a couple of traffic matters out of Oklahoma, driving while suspended perhaps.
Yes.
Anything beyond traffic related matters?
No, sir.
Anything in Kansas?
I have had one ticket, driving under a expired license,
Okay.
in Coffeyville. It was back in 2022. But that was the only thing.
Mr. Gasso, do your record show anything different?
No, Your Honor.
And do you have a bond recommendation?
The state's only concern is obviously the mobility or where she currently resides. I don't know how long she's been in the county, but we just have the court to take that into consideration.
All right. How long have you lived in the county, Ms. Roberts?
Since 2022.
All right. And is this RV your only housing option available to you?
At the moment, yes.
And a condition of your bond is you cannot be in contact with any co-defendant, victim, witness, person on probation, parole, bond themselves. So that's going to, at least until further to the court, prevent you from having contact or residing with Harvey Scrimshire. Is that going to be an issue?
It'll have to not be.
All right, Mr. Roberts, I'm going to set your bond at $2,500, cash professional surety with supervision. That means to get out of jail, you'll have to post $2,500 to the clerk of the court, or you can go through a bondsman. If you go through a bondsman, you pay them no less than 10% of that amount. That'd be $250. Could be more, but would not be any less than that. If you do post that bond, the very first stop what you need to make when you get out of jail is to our court service office. They're located at the old Montgomery County Courthouse. That's a building immediately to the west of this one. You would go there upon your release from jail. Anytime thereafter, they direct you to report to their office, either in person or by telephone. Whatever they tell you to do, it's the same as if the court ordered you to do it. You're going to be given an application and an affidavit for court-appointed counsel. If you want the court to consider appointing an attorney, fill that paperwork out, leave it with the jail. If you qualify financially, and I suspect you probably will, in light of your current unemployment status, the court will appoint you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be Tuesday of next week. That's December the 23rd at 9 o'clock. That's by Zoom. If you're not in jail, there are two ways you can participate in that Zoom hearing. If you have a good internet connection and a Zoom capable device, and you're able to get onto Zoom on your own, you can appear that way. If you are unable to do that, your other option is to return here to the Judicial Center. That's the building you're currently in. You go to the second floor, check in the clerk's window before 9 a.m. And when your case is called, a clerk will get you set up on a laptop to participate in that Zoom hearing. If you don't do either, that is appear on your own or appear from our laptop, then that would be considered a failure to appear. That will likely result in a bench warrant for your arrest. If you're still in jail on that day, then you'd appear by Zoom from the jail like you did this morning. Any questions about any of that, Ms. Roberts?
No, sir.
All right, so on that court date next week, you'll find out what you've been formally charged with in this case. It'll either be this possession of meth and possession of paraphernalia. It could be something more, could be something less. That's ultimately up to the county attorney's office and what they believe they have the evidence to support. Anything further from the state, Mr. Gayoso?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
That's all for today. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Is it Schiller or Schuyler? William Schuyler, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, you are William Schuyler?
Yes,
All right, Mr. Schuyler, you appear in custody by Zoom, having been arrested on probable cause by the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, their case number 25-1459 for the offenses of possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, no vehicle liability insurance coverage is required, operating a vehicle without registration or with an expired tag, improper stop lamp or turn signal, and transporting an open container. I have found probable cause to support your arrest. What you're ultimately charged with will be up to the county attorney's office. You'll find that out next week. We'll talk about that more later. When you're not in jail, though, Mr. Schuyler, do you still live on County Road 4550 in Coffeyville?
I absolutely love when the judge asks people, when you're not in jail, do you live XYZ? And I'm sorry that the addresses and stuff are still in there. Clearly, I did not edit it because I'm running it immediately following the live. So I will edit everything out for the replay crew.
yes, I do.
All right. How long have you lived there?
Oh, maybe 14 years, been a long,
Long time.
Wow.
Okay, so you're a longtime resident of Montgomery County then.
yes.
All right. Does anyone live that address with you?
It'd be Shauna,
Miss Nicole?
yes.
All right. Are you currently employed?
Yes, I am.
Where do you work?
At Heinz Fence Post.
Say it one more time, a little slower for me.
Heinz Fence Post.
Heinz Fence Post. Okay. And about how much do you earn per month on average?
Maybe 2 grand.
Okay. Any dependents, any minor children you support?
No.
All right. Mr. Gao, so I have a pre-sentence investigation report for Mr. Schuyler from a 2008 case.
So I looked it up, and the fence post is right next to Joey Bag of Donuts shop that he opened up called the Naughty Pine.
At that time, Mr. Schuyler had a history score of B with a number of drug convictions, some fleeing or attempting to elude law enforcement, a couple burglaries. Do you have any more recent criminal history for Mr. Schuyler?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Have you been in trouble since that time, Mr. Schuyler?
No, I have not.
Do you have a bond recommendation?
We'll leave it at the court's discretion, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Schuyler, I'm going to set your bond at $5,000 cash and professional surety with supervision. To get out of jail, you'll have to post $5,000 to the clerk of the court. Or you can go through a bondsman. If you go through a bondsman, you pay them no less than 10% that amount. That'd be at least $500, could be more, would not be less. That's up to you and the bondsman. The supervision component means the very first stop that you'd make when you get out of jail is to our court service office located next door at the Montgomery County Courthouse. You report to them upon your release from jail, and anytime thereafter they direct you to report. Another condition of your bond is you have no contact of any kind, direct or indirect, with any alleged victim, witness, co-defendant, or person otherwise on probation, parole, bond, etc. So that would include Shauna Nickel. So you two will not be allowed to reside together, at least for some period of time, or have contact with each other, and she's been advised of the same. So one of you will have to make alternative living arrangements because you cannot both live in that house together that you're currently living in. Any questions about that?
No, she can stay there.
All right. The deputy's going to give you an application and an affidavit for court-appointed counsel. If you want the court to consider appointing an attorney, fill that paperwork out and return it. If you qualify financially, we'll appoint an attorney for you. Now, I'll be honest, Mr. Schuyler, I don't know if you're going to qualify given what you make. If you saw that job available to you, if you're making about $2,000 a month and you don't have any dependents, depending on what your monthly expenses are, you may or may not qualify for court-appointed attorney. But if you want the court to review your situation, if you do qualify, fill that paperwork out in its entirety. Be sure to include all your monthly expenses, all your debts, things of that nature. And if you qualify, I'll be more than happy to appoint an attorney. If you don't qualify, or if you just want to hire your own, you obviously have the right and ability to do that yourself. Any questions about that?
No.
All right. Your next court date is going to be Tuesday of next week. That is December the 23rd. That'll be at 9 o'clock by Zoom. That'll be a formal first appearance. You'll find out on that date what you've been formally charged with in this case. It could be those 6 things I read to you, could be something different. That's up to the county attorney's office. There are 2 ways you can appear for that hearing, because that is a Zoom hearing at 9 o'clock by Zoom. If you're not in the jail, you can either return here to the Judicial Center, check in at the clerk's window by 9 o'clock, and when your case is called, we'll get you set up on a laptop to participate in that hearing. If you have a good internet connection and a Zoom-capable device, and you're able to sign on to Zoom on your own, you can appear that way. If you don't do either, that'd be a failure to appear, and that could result in a bench warrant for your arrest. Any questions about that, Mr. Schuyler?
No.
And if you've been unable to bond out and you're still in jail at that time, you'll appear like you did today. If nothing else from the state, anything?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Any questions, Mr. Schuyler?
No.
We'll see you next Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Excellent. All right. Mr. Stotts.
Last case this morning is State of Kansas versus Michael Stotts. You are Mr. Stotts?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is MGI 21 CR 623. Mr. Stotts, you appear in custody by Zoom, having been arrested on an arrest warrant, which alleges probation violations in this case. There was an affidavit filed by your corrections officer that alleges that you are in violation of your probation by failing to attend and successfully complete drug and alcohol treatment by failing to complete a mental health treatment as recommended by your mental health provider, and failure to refrain from injurious and vicious habits. Those are the allegations made against you. Where do you reside when you're not in jail, Mr. Stotts?
Well, I was in sober living up in Wichita, and I was in there for about 5 months, Your Honor. And I thought I was doing better. I figured I would try and kind of do things and get into my own apartment. I got into my own apartment in a relationship, and things didn't go quite so well. And I kind of fell off about a week and a half after I moved out of sober living. And so at that point, for 2 weeks, I was going through things, and then I talked with my counselor at Higher Ground there in Wichita, Kansas. I was like, I need to get into treatment, and I did all the groundwork, and I got myself in Arista Recovery up in Paola, Kansas. I got myself there November 10th. It was Monday night I got there at I think it was 9:30, and they got me into the facility by 11:30. And I did 34 or 36 days in the facility, and I discovered that I am bipolar on top of my anxiety and depression that I have. And while I was there in that facility, I was doing all of the groundwork. Since I got in
Well,
contact.
Mr. Let me stop you real quick. I appreciate all the information, and I do want to hear all that, but this is not the hearing for it. What I'm trying to assess right now is what kind of bond is set for you. And so all I really need to know is, if you were to leave the jail today, where would you live? That's what I want to figure out is what address you stay at.
I would be living with my father in Coffeyville on 1851 County Road 4300. It's out past the Winston Place.
Very good. And I do care about this other information you provided to court. Those all kind of go to what's being alleged as to whether or not you violated your probation. And I want you to have the opportunity to explain all that to an attorney before that is more formally presented to the court. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
So definitely provide all the information to your attorney that ultimately you will have. Have you had any arrests since this case, Mr. Stotts?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Gasso, the state have a bond recommendation?
We'll leave it at the court's discretion, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Stotts, I'm going to looks like when you were convicted of the case for which you're on probation, you had a history score of I, relatively minimal criminal history. Your bond was 10,000 cash, 30 supervision while the case was originally pending. I don't think we had many, if any, appearance issues with you. I'm going to set your bond at $5,000 cash professional surety. So that means to get out of jail, you have to post $5,000 to the clerk of the court, or you can go through a bondsman. If you go through a bondsman, you pay them no less than 10% that amount. That'd be $500. Could be more, be no less. And you need to resume reporting to your supervision officer if you make that bond as well.
All right. She told me within 24 hours, Your Honor.
Of your release from custody. That is 100% correct.
I bought that.
Yep. The jail's going to give you an application and an affidavit for court-appointed counsel. If you want the court to consider appointing an attorney, fill that paperwork out, leave it with them. Upon receipt, I'll review it. If you qualify financially, we'll appoint an attorney for you. You're also welcome to hire your own should you have the means to do so. Your case is assigned to me. It's a South Half case, so your next court date is going to be January 15th. That's a Thursday, a month from now, and that'll be at 9:00 a.m. by Zoom. If you're not in jail on January 15th, there are two ways you can participate in that hearing. You can either, one, return here to the Judicial Center before 9:00, and when your case is called, we'll get you set up on a laptop to participate for that hearing. Your other option is if you have a good internet connection and a Zoom capable device, and you can get onto Zoom on your own, you can appear that way. If you don't do either, that would be a failure to appear, and that could result in a bench warrant for your arrest. Any questions about that?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, anything from the state, Mr. Gasso?
No, Your Honor.
We'll see you January 15th at 9:00. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Tucker is here if the court would accept his late appearance.
All right, you can put him on your camera. State of Kansas versus Terrence Tucker, MGI 25 CR 401. Mr. Tucker appears by Zoom from the Cockville Ford Service Office. Stayed by Mr. Gayoso. Mr. Tucker, where were you this morning when your case was called?
I was in the Zoom. I was in the Zoom waiting thing.
You were not.
I don't know what happened. I got the Zoom app. So the last time I met with you, it worked, but I was in the waiting room since 9 this morning. So
Well, you
my
may have been logged into the wrong room because you weren't in the room we were on today.
my bondsman said I had a different number. I'm not getting what he was saying about the different number or something
I
like that.
suspect what you probably did, Mr. Tucker, is you signed in to the Zoom information from the last court date and not today's.
Yes, that was my problem. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
So you need to be sure in the future to make sure you're signed on the right Zoom. The Zoom information changes every court date.
Or he did neither, and the judge just provided him with an easy out alibi.
I see.
So
I didn't know that.
So it's incumbent upon you to contact the clerk's office to ensure you have the right login information or to appear at the courthouse and use our laptop. So I will withdraw the bench warrant issued for you since you do now appear. So we won't issue that bench warrant. And I trust we won't have any issues going forward with your appearance.
No, sir. I apologize.
The apology accepted. You're good for today. What have you done to try to hire an attorney? Because the last time you appeared, we announced you didn't qualify and you had to try to hire.
I'm still working on it due to the fact that the job I'm working at is not paying me much. So I've been struggling to pay my bills. So I get paid on the 3rd of next month. I'll be able to get one in.
All right. So we're going to review this on January 15th. So that is a month from now. So that'll be about 2 weeks after you get paid. So January 15th, 9 o'clock by Zoom. So again, you need to make sure you have the right login information or go to and use the court service office laptop like you did today by 9 o'clock and either have an attorney retained at that time or let us know the status of your efforts.
Yes, sir, I will.
Right,
I apologize. I apologize to the court too for
your apologies accepted. You're all good, Mr. Tucker. Anything from the state, Mr. Gayoso?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Have a good Christmas. We'll see you next month.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right. I think that concludes our docket this morning. So I'll see you this afternoon in Coffeyville.
Thank you, Judge.
Actually, I'm wrong. It's not tomorrow. Never mind. Just ignore me. I'm having a moment. Is it for real? Oh, Laura Ingalls Wilder. It's not necessarily rainy here. It's more misty. And Ava's damp. I mean, that's why we all get along so well. We're all physically broken, and you know, the train left the station and derailed shortly after, if you know what I mean. Hello, Palmy. Well, that's lovely, but you're very, very soon to no longer be in the real world. For those who don't know, he's kicking and screaming to not have to come live by me. I feel the love. I feel the love. All right, guys. I'm so glad we got to enjoy that Sav City it together. That was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. They've got to let her out. She's got an RV down by the river, after all. Hello, madam. Thank you so much. I love you. I know, right? I mean, I get a kick out of myself. Just go back to the beginning. She's the first case, and she's quite the case. The head case. I don't get to feel the love any nights, other than the love with you guys, but it's different. All right, guys, I've got that appointment that I've got to go for. They'll be here very soon. I think I gave Earl the licky treats in the soft sit case. So yeah, the first one. You'll see it. I stand by my claim that Savcidiatism, there we go, that's the word now. Savcidiatism is a mental illness. It is. It's a delusion, a fantasy, a derangement. Savcidiatism, they need to scientifically study that shit. Like, do MRIs and wires to the head, have that the band that goes around the forehead with all those wires poking in and out, and see, the test would be very simple, just mention certain words, jurisdiction, and all of a sudden the bars on the screen would like all right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me, making me laugh. I love you guys so much. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.